What's up, y'all? Javar from DUSAFARMS. Today, I want to talk about a few different products, specifically a new one right here, which right here we have the PulseZero, and in our other hand, we have the Pulse One and the Pulse Pro. I want to talk about them all and then just kind of compare them against each other. This being a new product, I want to get your head familiar with it. It's not dropped yet. Pre-orders are up now, so maybe after this video, you may want to place yourself an order. Okay, so if you've been following the channel for some time, then you know I'm a huge advocate when it comes to Pulse products. Those sensors are amazing. The hub is amazing. I have it mounted on the wall right now, so I can't even bring it over here. I could, but it would be extra work. But we're just talking about these sensors. The hub has nothing to do with these. It's its own thing, right? But these right here are amazing, and I talk about it all the time. They're one of the things that has helped me improve a lot in my growth. Just being able to track all these different parameters within the growth. Things like, my light percentages, ppfd, CO2, temperature, humidity. There's so many different things that I use to track with these devices. Now, they don't all track all of those things, but for the most part, they're all going to have a few things that which they all do track. So I know this being a little device, it's like, hey, they had to cut back on something, right? For one, affordability. It is a lot more affordable than these. The Pulse Pro being the most expensive out of the models, and then the Pulse One being like the happy medium between the two. This one right here, as of right now on pre-orders, it's up for $99. Plus code DUSAFARMS will save you a little bit more at checkout, but regularly it's going to be $129 after pre-orders are up. So check in on that. Link will be below in the description. And then these will come in at $499 and $199. So they're pretty much something there for everyone. There's a diverse thing, and I know $199, a lot of people, the Pro is an upgrade from the one originally, and then this one would be more like a budget friendly option for those that are interested in it. Before that, the Pulse One would be the budget of the two. I know a lot of people are sitting there like, hey, well, these devices are so expensive, I can go for like 20 bucks or less. I can go get a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth enabled humidity and temperature over on Amazon or something like that. And yes, of course you can. If that's where you're going to start from, then I recommend you doing that, as long as you're tracking your environment, because I'm just a huge proponent of you should know what's going on inside your grow. It's going to give you a better understanding at why they're happy at this temperature, this humidity, and then you eventually progress into things like VPD, which is tracked between the two, the calculation between them. So then maybe you get a VPD little sensor, or maybe the thermometers and whatnot that you already have that in there. Maybe you pay a little bit more for something like that, or you just do the calculations yourself online. It's fairly easy as long as you got those two numbers to figure out what your humidity and temperature is. But as you progress in wanting to know more with your environment, like maybe you want to go, you want to implement CO2, or maybe you just want to see what your level's at. Ambient's usually right around 400 for most, and if your grow's in the same room in the same household as you, it's probably going to be upwards of 600 because you're sitting there breathing all day in the house. Maybe so, but for the most part right around 400. And you want to track things like that. Well, those monitors cost a lot, so then that's where you look into something like the Pulse Pro, because now you're looking at CO2 and whatnot, and this one's able to track your CO2. But yeah, I just want to talk about the features of all of them. I feel like these are more comparable because they both don't track CO2, right? They both don't check ppfd. Those are like the only two features that they don't have. So then it's like, okay, what does this one have versus what this one has? But this one right here, the only thing that this does not track is your air pressure. Everything else will be on the screen, but the only thing, and I feel like that's not significant at all, because I'm gonna be honest, if there was anything that I would like, if you came to me and asked like, hey, we can get rid of any feature and this would save us this much on cost and whatnot, what do you think it would be? Well, I'm looking at the list. I'm like, no, I need to know your temperature, humidity. CO2 is not an option. Okay, ppfd is not an option. All right, VPD. Yep, I want that. But air pressure, I'm gonna be honest, it's the only one I don't keep track of, the only one I do not care for, and that's no offense to air pressure. I'm sorry out there, don't like suffocate me or whatever, don't implode. But like I really don't know. Like it kind of always just stays at the same thing. I never really seen it change too much. It drifts here and there by like point a decimal. So that's the only one I would say, like, you don't really need it too much. Maybe you could check your local air pressure and figure out what it is in your area, and it'd probably be the same thing. I don't know, I'm not too familiar with it. But in order for you to cut that out, and that being like the only major thing, well, I wouldn't even call that a major thing, because that being the only thing and it's not a major thing, well then, you know, for the cost, then why not? You know, especially right now with the pre-orders and whatnot, you're saving a lot. So I mean, of course, you know, you gotta wait around to shipping and whatnot, but you'll be one of the first to have it, and you'll have it at a cheaper rate. So you may want to look into that. But yeah, these products, I will just talk about how they've helped me throughout my entire grow. This one right here is actually going to be getting placed in my 2x4 tent for my first organic run, which I'll be going some plans for the growers gauntlet. So go ahead and join Team DUSA. Let's win us something, man. Check out the genetics. Go ahead and join the Discord. That will be linked below in the description. You can win a chance to go to the Humboldt Seed Company's farm. So go ahead and tune into that. But yeah, I'll be using this to track everything in there and stay up to date with it. Like I do love about all these devices is just the ability to, you know, set thresholds for different things between night, day, set your time zone, to set your, you know, when are your lights on, when are your lights off, change the, you know, the journal entries, and, you know, have it track like, hey, you want to know what day you're at in flower or veg or whatever. You kind of like cycle that out, keep that data in there, that journal in there to look back on to see what you did at different points, and maybe you wrote down in your journal like what your results for doing said things. That's why I take a lot of pictures, but it allows you to, you know, really stay on top of past grows to help you with your future grows. Another thing is size. Like you can see the Pulse 1 and Pulse Pro are the same size, and then this PulseZero is much smaller out of the three. You can also see the different sensors right there for like light and whatnot. They're fairly different. This one right here can track the not CO2 ppfd, and this one and PulseZero are pretty much identical. PulseZero looking like it's just a tad bit bigger. So you know, big things come in small packages. You know, check them out. These two are able to be battery powered and operated. This one could be charged, this one could be corded. It's not like they're gonna last forever off the charge with sending data constantly, but I always run them on the cable. You do as you want, but you can run around for quite some time to get different zones just off the battery power. And then this one right here being on a cord, which it's a fairly long cord, and I'm pretty sure they have extensions and whatnot on the website if need be, or you could just plug it into your own extension cord just to get it to where you need to be. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions on any of the products, you want me to talk about anything, maybe I missed out on something, didn't touch anything, you can join my Discord. We could chat it up. Hit me up via email, therealdusa@gmail, or just go in the comment section and I'll try to get around to responding to as many as I can. Appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. Until next time, peace.